Hello and welcome to another episode of Sandy Killer Projects. Today I'm going to show you how to fix the drooping sunshade on a 06 Jeep Commander. So as you can see, I've already got the driver's side one off. There's a reason for that because I'm going to explain how to get these off properly. This one I'm going to take out and walk you through the process. Okay, so the frame and the retractor for this is all one piece. It goes up and it clips in these spots around the plastic piece. The other side is the side with the retractor on it, and this side actually has a hook that goes into this side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the other side and we're gonna work the pieces off, and we're gonna tilt it down so that it comes off of the hook on the retractor side. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is unhook the sunshade itself from the hook that's in the top there. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working this down. Now, you can take this and pull on it and it will come loose. What I would suggest is to take a plastic pry bar and get a hold of the bottom, and at the same time pull down on the top while your other hand is working the pry bar. You're less likely to crack the frame or break it. Okay, so as these come unclipped, it makes a really loud clunking sound. That's it right there. Okay, so once you get all the clips out, this side tilts down, and as you can see, it's sitting up on a hook. All right, so as you can see right there, that's the hook that sits on the ledge. That's up in there. So you just tilt it down off of it. If you have the sunshade out, you're gonna flip it upside down. There's 6 screws on the back side of it. These are T10. I just have a little bit on a nut driver, and that's what I'm gonna use to take them out. But as you can see right here, this is where they have a tendency to break. What ends up happening is it breaks this opening that's holding tension on the retractor. So in this case, it can't spin back and lock because it's already lost all of its tension. So what we're going to do is we're going to epoxy this piece back into place, not putting any epoxy into this opening right here. All right, so now that I've gotten the 6 screws out of the retractor, I've taken the retractor and separated it from the frame. The frame's sitting over here. Okay, so this piece has snapped off of here. And it's really common on these because what's holding the tension on the spring is this little plastic wedge space in here. And then what ends up happening is the spring ends up losing tension because this has the ability to spin 360 degrees, and then it extends outward inside a space that you can't even see. We're going to take this, we're going to glue this back into place with something stronger than like a regular glue. So I'm not trying to advertise for this brand, but this stuff works really well. I usually let it sit overnight instead of just the 5 minutes. 5 minutes just makes it to where it sets up. It doesn't really make it strong until it's had some time to cure. So I'm going to mix this up just on a little piece of cardboard, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to dab it into the spaces where the old piece of plastic used to be sitting. And then we'll set it down into place. Okay, so once you've repaired the broken plastic ends, there's only one way that this guy goes in. There's a rubber end on this side. It goes into the plug-in side on this side. The side with the piece that's currently extending, it is going to fit into that groove right there. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to roll this up, and you're going to roll it up so that the shader extends towards the longer side of the plastic. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the rubber end and stick it into there. And then you're going to wind this guy up. So what you're going to do is get a pair of needle nose pliers, and you're going to spin the flat end. You're going to spin it to build tension into the spring, and then you're going to take this little wedge end and you're going to feed it down into that space in the plastic right there. Once you have the little metal piece tucked down into the plastic with it rolled up and tension built into the spring, the retractor will work. It's very difficult for me to do this with one hand. It'll only come out a little bit because it's got spring tension on it. It wants to pull it right back. Okay, so the next thing that gets done is you take the piece, you turn it over, and you extend this just a little bit so the plastic isn't trapped behind the frame assembly. Then you're going to take the 6 T10s and you're going to install them back into place. It has some alignment dowels that help you make sure that you're putting this in the right place, in the right location. And also, as you put them, the screws down into the broken side or the side that you've repaired, make sure not to tighten the screws too much, or you could end up snapping the plastic that you just repaired. All right, so once you have your 6 screws in, make sure that everything works and it clips in the way that it's supposed to onto the hook, and then you can take it back over and reinstall it. All right, so to reinstall, you're going to set it back on the hook side towards the retractor. Then you're going to line it up with the opening, and you're going to set it up into place, and you're going to push until all those connectors clip back in. Okay, so once you've repaired it, you should be able to grab this handle, It should slide right across, and it sits in there with no droop. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode of Sandy Killer Projects. As always, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll keep making more content.